be attentive. Jinal, first formula of correlation.
COR is equal to COX is equal to X bar.
Silence everyone.
COB is equal to XY.
Write that formula 100 times. Yashvi,
COB into XY upon SX into SY.
covariance between xy upon sx into sy. Then, Dhruv, second formula.
Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon s into sx na n into sx into sy.
Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n into sx into sy. Khushi, third formula.
Sigma xy into n x bar y bar upon n into sx into s.
Repeat the numerator again.
Numerator.
Numerator. Super one.
Sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into sx into s.
Sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into sx into sy. Then hit fourth formula.
So, fourth, n sigma uv,
That is fifth.
fourth, n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y upon whole root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square into root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square.
And when do we apply this formula?
Sir, when the values of x and y are big and the x bar and y bar are integers are small, when the values of x and y are small and x bar and y bar are
And nothing. When the values of x and y are small, then we apply this formula. Write it 20 times. Fourth formula is applied when the values of x and y are small. No discussions in between. Basha, fifth formula.
N sigma UV minus sigma U sigma V.
Neil will write this 50 times.
Root of N sigma U square minus sigma U whole square into under root of N sigma V square minus sigma V whole square.
And when do we use this in long questions?
When the X bar and Y bar values are big and X bar values are big and X bar Y bar are integer. We are not integer.
Decimals or not decimals? You write it 20 times. We apply this formula when the values of x and y are big and they are in decimals. X bar and y bar are in decimals. And Shivang, last formula.
R is equal to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar upon into root x minus x bar whole square into root y minus y bar whole square.
Sigma is also there.
Sigma.
Square root sigma x minus x bar whole square into square root sigma y minus y bar whole square. When do we apply this in long questions?
When x bar and y bar values are bigger than 20 and we are integers.
X and y values are greater than 20 big values and x bar and y bar are in integers. By the way, I told you in all the long questions you can use unique formula if you get confused in exams. Are you all clear with this? Now short questions where directly take out the notebooks, tablets. Short questions where directly we have to apply the formulas we'll take up today. Okay? Who is having doubt in which question? Illustration 6. Section F, question 6. Just 1 minute, let me clarify that. What is the doubt in section F, question 6? Ajay, okay. It was an extra practice. Actually, it is to be done by rank correlation method. Second method which we are going to do, so it's fine. Other than, don't send the message if anyone has not done 6 or not getting the answer. Other than that, any doubt? Other than 6, any doubt? No other doubts, right? Okay. Now look at the short questions we'll take up. As I said, all the 6 formulas will be used in short questions. But 4, 5 and 6 formula based short questions we have already done. When I did the long questions, short questions I gave you in homework. First 3 formulas short questions we will practice today. So page number 85. Page number 85, question number 12. Page 85, question 12. Just before that, who all have got the impositions? Stand up. No, everyone has got it, but the statistics imposition, who all have got it? Here you have to write 4th formula's application 20 times. Basha, you have to write 5th formula's application 20 times. Neil Desai, you have to write 5th formula 50 times. And Jinal, you have to write 1st formula 100 times. Okay? Now we are in the question number 12. Find the correlation coefficient from the following information of rainfall, which is denoted as X. Yashvi, be attentive. In centimeters, and yield, which is denoted as Y, tons per hectare for the last 10 years of a district. N is equal to 10. Covariance XY 30. Which formula will you use? First. Standard deviation of X means Sx is 5. And what do you mean by variance? Standard deviations square. We studied last year that variance is always the square of standard deviation, or standard deviation is always the square root of variance. So what will be the standard deviation of Y? 12. Square root of 144, that is 12. Then we will apply the first formula. For 2 marks, such question will come in exams. Direct application of formula. So first write down the informations what is given. Covariance between X and Y is equal to 30. N is equal to 10. Sx is equal to 5. And Sy square is 144. Therefore, Sy will be square root of 144, that is 12. Any confusion in this? Jay, what is the first formula? It is not into, it is covariance between X and Y. It is only one figure in the numerator. It is covariance between X and Y. We don't call it as into, okay? So R is equal to covariance between X and Y upon Sx into Sy. Is everyone clear with it? Lavina, put the values. Covariance between X and Y is 30. Can you all see that? Divide by Sx is 5. And Sy we have obtained as 12. So 30 upon 60 is 0.5. 0.5 means moderate, neither high nor low. Moderate positive correlation. Okay. Thus there is moderate positive correlation between rainfall and yield. confusion in this? Now look at question number 13. Raise your hand. Which formula will be used? Raise your hand. The following information is obtained regarding the height x and weight y from a sample of 10 students of a school. X bar is 160, Y bar is 55, sigma xy is 90,000, Sx is 25 and Sy is 10. Find the correlation coefficient between height and weight from it. Raise your hand, which formula will be used? Out of the 6 formulas, which formula will be used? Only 3 people are able to identify the whole class. Kavita?
Sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into sx into s.
Correct, very good. Third formula will be used. Are you all clear with it? Second formula, what is the numerator? Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar, it is not given. First formula, what is the numerator? Covariance, it is not given. Third formula will be used. Is everyone clear with it? So first again, let us write the information given to you. You are given with x bar equals to 160, y bar equals to 55, sigma xy equals to 90,000, Sx is equal to 25, Sy is equal to 10. Direct application of formula is there. So R is equal to sigma xy minus n x bar y bar upon n into Sx into Sy. Okay, direct application of formula is there. Right, everyone? So I put the values. Sigma xy is 90,000 minus n is 160. No, n is given as just 1 minute.
It is given in
The following information from a sample of 10. It is given in words. Unlike 10 students. Can you all see 10 students in words it is given? That shows that n is equal to 10. So minus 10 into x bar is 160 into y bar is 55 divided by 10 into Sx is 25, Sy is 10. Are you all clear with it? So, Rushil further. 90,000
minus
10 into 160 into 55 is 248,000? How much? Do it again. 10 into 160 into 55. 10 multiplied by 160 multiplied by 55. Do you all get 88,000? Yes. Rushil, do you get it? 88,000? Tell me the denominator.
25.
Yes, 10 into 25 into 10 is 2,500. So 2,000 divided by 2,500, 0.8. So here what will you say? High degree. Thus there is high degree of positive correlation between height and weight. Write that sentence. So these short questions are really very simple. All are clear with it? Direct application of formula is there. 14 and 15 we had already done when we solved the long questions. Page 110. Section C, question 12. Page 110, section C, question 12. See that? Find the value of R if sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar is minus 65. Which formula we will use? Second formula, that is the numerator x minus x bar y minus y bar, either second or sixth. But in sixth formula, denominator is square root of sigma x minus x bar whole square. That is not given here. What is given here other than x minus x bar y minus y bar? Sx, sy and n. So we will apply which formula? Second formula. Did you all understand this? So write down information first. Write down sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar is equal to minus 65. Sx is equal to 3. Sy is equal to 4. N is equal to 10. So second formula. What is the second formula? Sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon n into Sx into Sy. Are you all clear with it? Kushali, put the values.
Minus 65
Minus 65 upon 10. Why are you talking in between?
into 3
Into 3 into 4. So minus 65 upon 120.
minus
5 then. Minus 0.54. What did we say? Moderately high. Okay. Thus there is moderately high degree of positive correlation. Sorry, negative. Thus there is moderately high degree of negative correlation between two variables. Between two variables. Because it's not mentioned which are the variables. Got it, everyone? So, do you want me to waste any more time on such questions? Such questions will be able to do it directly as homework because you just have to put the values in formulas. That's it. Okay? Vidit, you have done that 20 times and I will also show it to Divya.
Yes, I will do in the same.
Okay, you also? Okay, I'll check it before I go. So now I take up with some intelligent, complex questions. Look at page number 114. Question number 9. Page number 114, question number 9. Mark it important. Question number 9 on page 114, section F, mark it important. Properly understand what is the important point here. The following data is obtained for two variables, inflation x and interest rate y. N is equal to 50, sigma x is equal to 500, sigma y is equal to 300, sigma x square 5450, sigma y square 2000, sigma xy 3090. Disha, which formula we will use? Fourth formula will be used. All of you are clear with it. As per the information given, we will use fourth formula. But underline, later on, it was known that one pair of observation 10 and 6. Here, Nishi, when in bracket 10 and 6 is given, what does it indicate? Yes, x and y. First value is x, second value is y. So one pair of observation 10 and 6 means x value 10 and y value 6 was included additionally by mistake. Means all this information is wrong. Sigma sigma x which is given as 500 is wrong because it includes one observation of x10 additionally by mistake. Same way sigma y 300 is also wrong because it includes one value 6, that is a y, by mistake. And sigma x square, y square, xy, all the values are wrong. Find the correlation coefficient by excluding this pair of observation. So what we are supposed to do in this question is, first we have to find the correct values of all of them. How will you find correct values of all of them? Remove the additional value which is included by mistake, means subtract. Like for example, what is sigma x given?
500.
What would be the correct sigma x? 500 minus 10, 490. Raise your hand who did not understand this. All are clear with this? Kushali? What would be the correct sigma y, Kushali? Sigma y.
No, right.
300 minus 6, 294. Raise your hand. What would be correct sigma x square? Raise your hand. David? Yes. Sigma x square is 5450 minus x square from that. What is the wrong value of x? So subtract 10 square, that is 100. Did you understand this? Same way, raise your hand. How would you find sigma y square's correct value? Sigma y square's correct value, Amruta?
1960.
Yes, means from 2000 you will minus 36, square of 6. And raise your hand, how will you find correct sigma x y? Disha?
3090 minus 60.
Yes, sigma xy means we'll subtract product of x into y. So 10 into 6, what will we subtract? 60. Did every one of you understand this?
Yes.
Anyone having any doubt in it? All are clear up till here? After we find the correct values, then we will apply formula number 4 with correct values. Okay? So let us solve this question. Anyone who wants me to explain this question again, raise your hand. All are clear with this question?
Yes.
So mark it important. Yes, don't talk in between. Yes, Kavita?
So the value of n will remain same.
No, it will become 49. Is it the same doubt? N will become 49 when we apply the formula. Because if you remove one pair of observations, then the correlation which we will be finding from how many pairs? 49. Did you understand this? So, very good question. I mean, very good doubt raised by Kavita. N equals to 50. Sigma x is 500. Sigma y is 300. Sigma x square is 5450. Sigma y square is 2000. And sigma xy is 3090. Now see, the things will become simple when you write this one table, x and y. What is the wrong value included by mistake? 10 and 6. Now what workings we used to make x square, y square, xy. What will be x square? 100. Y square, xy.
60.
So now it will become very simple for you. From sigma x you will minus. From sigma y you will minus. From sigma x square you will minus. From sigma y square you will minus. And from sigma xy you will minus 60. Did everyone understand this? So the same workings what we had done throughout the chapter, same way write this down. Okay? Anyone having any confusion in this?
No.
Now what we do is first we find correct values. Okay, first we find all the correct values. So sigma x correct value. Ishan, how do you get that? 500 minus 10, that is 490. Who is not able to understand this? Vanshik, sigma y. 300 minus 6, 294. Okay, then Jinal, sigma x square.
5350.
How do you get that?
5450 minus 100.
5450 minus 100, 5350. Aryan, sigma y square.
2000 minus 36.
Mithul, please don't prompt in between. When I'm asking to him, I want the answer from him only. Sigma y square is 2000 and wrong y square 36 as you will minus. How will you get sigma x square correct value?
3090 minus 60.
Sit down. Sigma y square 2000 minus 36 1964 and sigma xy 3090 minus 60 3030. Did you understand this, everyone? Now we will apply the fourth formula but using the correct values. Also write down n is equal to 50 minus 149. Why minus 1? One pair of value 10 and 6 is removed, excluded. So 50 minus 1, 49. Okay. Now fourth formula. Mewadi.
Sigma xy
We start with
n
sigma.
sigma xy
N sigma xy
minus sigma x into sigma y
minus sigma x into sigma y
under root
upon square root of
n sigma x square
n sigma x square
minus sigma x the whole square
minus sigma x whole square
n sigma y square
into square root n sigma y square
minus sigma y whole.
minus sigma y whole square. Is everyone clear with it? Charuda, put the values.
49.
And we will put 49. See that, be careful, put the correct values. After doing so much labor, don't put the wrong values in that again. Okay? And we will put 49 then.
Into 3030
Sigma xy 3030
minus 490
minus sigma x 490
294
into sigma y 294
under root 49
again upon square root of n is 49
5350
sigma x square 5350.
490 square
Yes, Neil, what is the problem? Why are you talking in between again? This Neil. Minus sigma x
490 square
490 whole square. I told you this shortcut method also here. Take the right side values on the right side into
49 into
square root 49 into
196
1964
minus 294 square.
minus 294 whole square. Are you all clear with it? Then Hirva,
148470 minus 144060 upon under root of 262150 minus 240100 into under root of 9
stop talking.
9636 minus 86439
confusions in this? All are clear up till here? Divya ji.
4410 divided by under root 22050 root 980
9.
800.
Ravlani.
Yes.
4410.
Yes.
148.49.
148.49.
98.99.
98.99. So 4410 upon Palak. 14699.27. 0 point. 03.
No, just 3.
0 point. 0.3. Okay. So what will you say? Moderately low degree of correlation, positive. Again, the variables are not given. No, it's given. Who all are still solving this? Who all are still solving it? So that of this there is moderately low degree of positive correlation. Thus there is moderately low degree of positive correlation between inflation and interest. Now be attentive here, one more new point is possible in the example. What is that new point? Understand it. See here you are given that one pair of observation 10 and 6 is additionally included by mistake. Suppose it was given, we have done this in mean and standard deviation last year, that one pair of observation 10 and 6 is taken by mistake instead of 12 and 8. 10 and 6 is taken instead of 12 and 8. Then 10 and 6 are wrong values, 12 and 8 are correct values. So here you will write two values, one is the other is what will you write in the correct values? 12 and 8. So 12 square, 8 square, 12 into 8. Now raise your hand, how would you obtain sigma x? I am just noting it down so that you understand what I am trying to say. Suppose they say that 10 and 6 is taken instead of 12 and 8. So 12 square, 8 square and 12 into 8. Means the wrong values we have taken are 10 and 6. The correct values were supposed to be 12 and 8. How would you get correct sigma x? Raise your hand. Nitu.
500 minus 10 plus 12.
Yes, 500 minus 10 plus 12. 500 minus 10 we already did. Now just include the correct value again. Wrong value we have to subtract. What additional thing you have to do? Add the correct values again. Able to understand this? Raise your hand who did not understand. Because other values are asked you. Okay, how will you find the correct value of sigma x? 500 minus 10 plus 12. Yes?
Can we not directly subtract the difference between the wrong and correct?
You can do that also. That's fine. You get the same answer. Is everyone clear with this? Anybody having any doubt in it? Vanshik, how will you obtain correct sigma y? 300.
minus 8.
Wrong you have to subtract and correct you have to add. So tell me.
300 plus
And minus 6 will be done as it is. This what we have done will remain same. What additionally you have to do? Add the correct value which is not taken. So 300 minus 6 plus 8. Tell me correct sigma x square, how will you find?
5450 minus 100 plus 140.
Correct. 5450 minus 100 plus 144. Able to understand this everyone? Rashmi, sigma x, sigma y, no sigma x one.
3090 minus 60
3090 minus
plus 96.
60 plus 96. Y square we forgot, right? Jeet, sigma y square.
So 2000 minus 36 plus 64.
2000 minus 36 plus 64. And Yuvraj, what will be your n here? 50 only. Because one pair is excluded and again one pair is added back. So n will remain 50 only. Illustration similar to this which is there in homework includes this one. Will all of you will be able to do it or you want me to do it here on the board? You'll be able to do it. It has correct value also and wrong value also. Wrong you will minus and correct you will add. For example, look at that illustration. I'll just discuss that. Let me search it first. Page number 102. Page number 102, illustration 28. See that? Just see the last paragraph. First paragraph is useless. How much is the value of n? 10 students. 50 is not the value of n. 50 is the maximum marks of test which is taken. Can you see 10 students in the third line? That is the value of n. Okay. Now see the last paragraph. Later on it was found that one pair of observations of x and y was taken as 13 and 20. Taken as 13, 20 means it is the wrong one. Instead of 15 and 25 means it is the correct one. Here also don't make a thumb rule that first is always wrong, second is always correct. Suppose I express the same question in this language form. Later on it was found that one pair of observation 15-25 was taken as 13-20. Still 15-25 is correct and 13-20 is wrong. So understand the meaning of sentence. It's not necessary that first is always wrong and second is always correct. Got it everyone? So will you be able to do this similar one? Yes. Okay. Now same page 114. Look at question number 10. Mark it as again important question, question number 10. Read the question and raise your hand what information is given to you. Okay, I'll read it now. Question number 10. X bar is given as 58. Listen carefully. X bar is given as 58. Y bar is given as 14. And sigma x minus 65 whole square is given as 850. Raise your hand. What is this? Janvi? Dave?
X minus x bar.
Pooja?
X minus x square.
No, Janvi is correct. U square. What is x bar?
58.
Is it x minus 58? Is it x minus x bar?
No.
Can I say it is x minus assumed mean?
Yes.
And what is x minus assumed mean? U. So what is this 850 basically? Sigma u square. When would you have said that it is sigma x minus x bar whole square? When in bracket the number used was 58. Have they used 58 in bracket? They have not used x bar in bracket. Other than x bar, you use any number, then what is that number? Assuming. Before I proceed further, raise your hand who is not clear with this. Without any hesitation, raise your hand who did not understand it. Earlier you took such questions in homework, but there the number used in bracket was same as x bar. So in exams always x minus something is given, don't assume it is x minus x bar. Check it carefully, what is the value of x bar and what is the number which is used in bracket. Understood that? Same way, what will be sigma y minus 13 whole square? Sigma b. Because what is this? What is y bar? What if it was given y minus 14 square? Still sigma b square. You cannot apply half formula 5 and half formula 6. One place if it is u square, then another place you have to take it as v square only. And we did also in between long question where one of the places x bar was coming in integer, so we took x bar. But still we had written it as u only. So any one place also, if x bar or y bar is not used, then both the places you will take it as u and v. Anyone who did not understand this? What is that equal to? 32. And what will be sigma x minus 65 into y minus 13? Sigma uv, that is 0. Is the question not incomplete? Is the question not incomplete? What is not? N is given 10 forms in the beginning. What is not given in the question?
U and V.
Sigma u and sigma v is not given. And that is what is important in this question. How to find that sigma u and sigma v. Write this down and put your pens down after completing this. So first of all, everyone is clear that we have to apply UV formula in this question.
Yes.
Further, what is complicated in this question? We are not given with the information of
U and V.
sigma u and sigma v, which is required in the formula. So how to find that sigma u and sigma v is what is important. Be careful in bracket, if they use the number 58, then you could say x minus x bar. But condition is both the places they use x bar 58 and y bar 14. Any one of the places also, if they don't use that number, then you cannot say it is x minus x bar and y minus y bar, you take it as u and v only. Okay? Now how to find sigma u and sigma v? All of you have written this? Understand it for sigma u. And I will want you to try on your own for sigma v. I'll show sigma v on the board, but first you'll try on your own. So understand sigma u completely. No one will be writing it. First of all, can I say sigma u will be equal to sigma x minus 65?
Yes.
Because what is u? X minus 65. So can I say sigma u will be sigma x minus 65? Any confusion in that? Raise your hand who did not understand it. Now next step, we have done this in geometric progression last year. If you open the brackets, then sigma x will become sigma x.
Yes.
Raise your hand, what will sigma 65 become? This I have discussed in geometric progression last year. Sigma x will become sigma x. What will sigma 65 become if you open the bracket? Yes?
Plus 60.
No. It will become n into 65. Do you remember? X is a variable which keeps on changing. The values of x all are different. But 65 is a constant number, means all the values will be 65. Suppose I write it here, x and 65. Now x changes. So x values can be 5, 8, 2, 20, 40. X value will keep on changing. But this is a constant number, means all the values are going to be
65.
65 only. So if I need the total of this, can I say it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 into 65? In short, what is the total of all the values of 65? N into 65. 65 is a constant number. So if all the values in the question are 65, what will be its total sigma? N into 65. So when we open the bracket, sigma x becomes sigma x. But what will sigma 65 become? N into 65. Raise your hand who did not understand this. Once again, the value of x is a variable. Variable means all the values of x will be changing, different. 65 is a constant number, means all the values will be 65. So if all the values are 65, how can we obtain its total sigma? N into 65. Understood that? Now raise your hand. Khushali, did you understand this? Now raise your hand. How would you find sigma x? This you must be able to tell me. Charuda?
58 into 10.
From x bar. How will you find sigma x from x bar? What is x bar equals to? What is x bar? 58. Sigma x upon n? 10. So what will be sigma x? 58 into 10? 580. Now here can I say sigma x is 580 minus what is n? Into 65. 580 minus 650 minus 70. This is what is important in the question. Finding of sigma u. So will you try with finding of sigma v in the same manner on your own? Then I'll show it on the board. Okay, try sigma v in the same manner, then I'll show it on the board. All of you. Who wants me to explain this once again? Sigma use calculation. Raise your hand. So I'll do it for sigma v. All are clear with it? Who are able to get sigma v? What is it coming to?
10.
Now those who are not clear, see here. Sigma v will be sigma. V is y minus 13. Any confusion in this? What is v is y minus 13. Now here, if you open the brackets, then what will this sigma y become? Sigma y. But what will sigma 13 become? N into 13. Now sigma y we will find from y bar. Y bar is sigma y upon n. Y bar is 14. Sigma y upon n is 10. So what will be sigma y? 14 into 10, that is 140. Means in sigma y we will put 140 minus what is n? 10 into 13. 140 minus 130, that is 10. Understood this, everyone? Now can we apply the fifth formula or not? All the information is available. This was what was important in the question. After that you directly have to apply the formula. What is that? R equals to n sigma uv minus sigma u into sigma v upon square root of n sigma u square minus sigma u whole square into square root of n sigma v square minus sigma v whole square. Will you be able to apply that on your own? Do it on your own, the application of formula.
We have a holiday tomorrow.
These are short questions. Don't ask stupid questions.
You know Sashi?
Yes, now? These all are based on short questions. Illustration 14 is directly application of the formulas. 3 formulas what we did, the first 3 ones. Illustration 28 is that wrong values and correct values. But you are given wrong as well as correct. Illustration 30 and 31 are like this. But in illustration 30, even sigma u and sigma v are directly given. So you directly have to apply the formula of uv. And in illustration 31, you have to find sigma u and sigma v in this manner. Are you okay with it? And this section C and D are direct formula based question. Got it, everyone? So this will be your homework for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will finish with Carl Pearson's theory also, whatever questions are remaining, etc. And we will start with rank correlations method tomorrow. Okay? Bye everyone.